So the Steelers kick off the season. Started off 1-0, baby. I mean, I guess you can have a lot of opinions about this game, but my two biggest opinions about this game, especially early in the first half, the refs to me were the biggest thing and the biggest Achilles heel for the Steelers in this game. Honestly, that offensive pass interference call on George Pickens, I thought was terrible. I thought it was terrible that they didn't call the Atlanta Falcons for a penalty when they ripped Najee Harris's helmet off. I thought that was absolutely ridiculous. I think the Falcons definitely should have been called on that play, but it is what it is. And then that offsides call on TJ Watt, that TJ timed that play perfectly, and was called offsides. I even got a picture of it and put it on my Facebook page that he clearly timed the play perfectly. It was almost like a reincarnation of Troy Polamalu on the football field for TJ Watt, coming down there and basically timing the snap perfectly and getting the sack. It was a forced sack fumble. The game would have been totally different. That pass interference, we probably would have led to a touchdown, the only touchdown of the game for the Steelers. And that forced fumble, oh my God, that would have changed the whole entire game. It would have been over if that call would have went our way. So really, to me, I feel the Steelers defense dominated. Kirk Cousins couldn't do much except check it down to Bijan Robinson, and he made a few plays. I'll give him credit. But to me, the defense was all over it. There was forcing sacks. Dante Jackson, one of the biggest questions. He's been getting a lot of criticism from Mark Madden, and that trade has been being criticized a lot by Mark Madden. He's saying it's an offensive league. We need a wide receiver. But we got rid of an overpaid, overrated Deontay Johnson for Dante Jackson, who came up with a big pick. Deshaun Elliott came up with a big pick today. So the Steelers' defense is ferocious. They still get after it. Their front seven, I think, is amazing. Peyton Wilson was making plays. Jackson's name was getting called a lot, and Elliott's name was getting called a lot. So those are two big acquisitions making big plays, two free agent guys coming in and making plays for the Steelers. Even Peyton Wilson was making plays. The biggest thing is, there was a big injury in this game. Johnston, the punter. So there's like two former Steelers free agents right now, Wig and Percy Harvin. I think they both brought both of them in the building. So honestly, we might be seeing a former Steelers punter back in the black and gold here soon. That's a sad injury. The Steelers really needed help in the punting game, and we went out there and got an all-pro punter, and he got hurt for the year. So that's not good. Najee had 70 yards on the ground. Justin Fields was making plays with his legs, not so much with his arm, but he was accurate when he did throw the ball. What's up, Runt? He was accurate when he did throw the ball. They said he was only one of three players in NFL history to rush for 50 yards and then throw for a 70% completion percentage. So Fields did what he had to do to get out of that game with a win. And, hey, George Pickens played good. Najee had a good game. He was running ferocious. And the offense, to me, looked a little better. Like I said that on one of my Facebook posts. It was like, it looks the same to me. It looks the same to me. No touchdowns. Well, shit. There was actually first downs. I actually seen first downs on offense, okay? I didn't see none of that shit. I seen 3 and out every single goddamn time on offense for the Pittsburgh Steelers last year with Kenny Pickett at quarterback. So is Justin Fields, does he get it done the way they want him to get it done? Probably not. They'd rather have him throw the ball. I feel if Russell Wilson played in that game, the Steelers probably would have ran the score up a lot more, honestly, in my opinion, because we would have had a lot more rushing yards. So, yeah, dude, I like what I see from the Steelers. I definitely like what I see from the Steelers defense. The offense obviously needs to get better. And I think with Russell Wilson, it's going to get better. I got a poll. Everybody was on Fields' jock for the longest time. Now, after that game, I'm running a poll on my Twitter now, and it's like 70% want to see Russell Wilson start this game against Denver. And I think he's probably going to get this start against Denver. Justin Fields didn't do anything to me, and he hasn't done anything to me yet that warrants him to be the starting quarterback of the Steelers. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. I'm sorry. And I think he's been handling himself perfectly, professionally, answering questions. He's confident but not cocky. Yeah, there you go. Do you think you should be the starting quarterback? He's like, yeah, I have faith in my abilities, but I'm here to do whatever the team asks me to do and do all I can do to help the team win. If that's be a backup, so be it. So he's not making a big stink about it. He's just being a pro, and he's confident in his abilities, and I like that. You gotta like that. You want to have your players be confident about themselves and their abilities, and feel that he should be the starting quarterback. He says it's not my decision; it's out of my hands, and it is. And he's being a pro in a game about it. And he was a pro on Sunday and got the Steelers a big win. Even though it was a non-conference opponent and a non-divisional opponent, you still got to get those wins. These are the type of wins the Steelers need to stack up, like Denver. It's one of those games where it's looking like a cupcake on the schedule. It's looking like Bo Nix, a rookie quarterback going up against our defense, doesn't stand a chance in the world, okay, and shouldn't stand a chance in the world. But these are the type of games that somehow, some way, Tomlin finds a way to lose, and the Steelers find a way to lose every year. So we can't get high on this fucking win. It should have been a win. It should have been a more we should have dominated them, in my opinion. Atlanta was terrible last year. If we want to be a Super Bowl contender, which obviously that's what Pittsburgh wants to be, we got to handle business. We got to handle business against Denver, because we can't let these AFC North games slip at the end of the season. And we got the Chiefs, and we got Philly. The Chiefs just beat the Ravens, so the Chiefs are looking like they're still a Super Bowl caliber team right now. Because to me, Baltimore, as a Steelers fan, I don't want to admit it. I hate to say it. I hate to give credit to Baltimore, but they're a deep-ass team. They got talent, and they got some weapons, bro. Wilson came into both training camp and the regular season with an injury. He did. He's been having that calf injury for a long time now. Tomlin was like, well, my decision was to go with the healthier guy, and that's what I did. I have faith in both quarterbacks' abilities, but, hey, Phil's bought into the Steeler football, didn't turn the ball over, try to do too much. He didn't try to do too much. That's what I liked. He just took what the defense gives him, and that was good. He played well. He didn't play great. He played well. He miffed the snap, but that's my biggest difference. That's my pet peeve between Russ and Fields. I feel Fields is more turnover prone. Russ has just been there, done that. I think he's better of a game manager, better passer of the football, is better at reading the defenses, better at making checks at the line. I think our offense is going to look totally different next week. I think Denver is worse than Atlanta. I think we should handle them. We can't let this game slide. Because Bo Nix, there's no rookie quarterback that's going to be able to do anything against our defense. I feel he's going to turn it over. Like, we made Kirk Cousins look silly. Kirk Cousins didn't even have 200 yards passing. All right. And Kirk Cousins is a guy that puts up elite numbers in this league. And Bo Nix is a rookie who I feel is a reach beyond reaches. Almost like Sean Payton's ego is huge. And that is why they got rid of Russell Wilson. And that is why Russell Wilson got benched the last 2 games of the season last year for Denver, because they got them out of having to pay him so much money. It was all business move. And now they're moving on for Russ. And then for you to take Bo Nix, I think they traded up to get Bo Nix, bro. Like, that shit's crazy to me. So their offense better be elite. Bo Nix better turn into a superstar, or Sean Payton should get fired, man. For real. That's just crazy to me. Our defense was definitely brutal. They were really good. Hey, that's fine. I just think Russ is a better quarterback. And hey, if we drafted Fields and if we still had Fields on contract, I'd be like, all right, I'm all for the Fields project, but I feel he's still a project, especially in terms of passing the ball. But the way he runs the ball too, like, just watching him, I put a post on my face. A bunch of people got mad. I think they didn't really realize what I was saying. I said, the way he's playing, he's not going to last 17 games. I think they were basically they took it as like I was saying he was playing bad. And I wasn't really saying he was playing bad. I was saying the way he ran the ball and the way he runs the ball, like he like runs it like he's a running back, bro. Like he just puts his head down and like takes contact and doesn't run away from contact. And I mean, you like to see it. He's a baller. He's a dog. He has no fear out there. But as your quarterback, bro, I want Najee Harris moving the pile. I want Jalen Warren moving the pile. I want Cordell Patterson moving the pile. I don't want you going out there trying to take on a linebacker and run over a linebacker and get hurt just to pick up an extra yard or two, bro. That's not your job. Your job is to pass the ball. Slide it. He needs to slide more a little bit. I feel the way he runs it, he's going to get injured too eventually. These running quarterbacks, like, I just don't like running quarterbacks. I'm old school, man. I don't like running quarterbacks. I want a quarterback that's going to stand in the pocket and pass the ball and complete a pass on time and on rhythm. And to me, like the biggest issue right now for the Steelers, or at least from the media, I'm so sick of hearing about Bo Nix. I'm glad the Seahawks shut them up for a bit. Yeah, they lost to the Seahawks, so there you go. They're not even that good. So we should handle business might easily. But yeah, Bo Nix, he was good in college, but he's another Johnny Manziel to me. He's like 6 foot. He can run in college, but he can't run in the NFL. He could throw in college, but he can't throw in the NFL. All right. He doesn't have a big enough arm. He doesn't have the speed. He doesn't have the athleticism. He's never going to make it in the NFL, in my opinion. That's a bust of a pick right there. Horrible pick. But what was I going on about? The defense. And Todd, agreed. Fields should only have design runs on 3rd and 4th down. Oh, the Fields. Yeah, that's what I was going on about Fields and just him running the ball. Yeah, it's just. And I'm not even saying design runs aren't even that bad. You got to play to his skill set. Obviously, if he's in the game. But to me, I'd rather have a pocket passer. It's like, would you rather have a speed or a power back? I'd rather have a power back over a speed back. I mean, Russell's kind of a dual threat, but he looks to pass. I feel Fields is so used to just relying on his legs that he's still a project in this league. And Russell Wilson threw for more pass yards his first season than Fields has thrown in his career. So Russell's a better passer of the ball. He was a pitcher in baseball and was drafted in the MLB. So Russell Wilson has an arm. And the coaches do nothing but clamor and go on and on and on. Arthur Smith, Mike Tomlin, about Russell Wilson's deep throw accuracy. And that's what we really need. With the way we want to run the ball, we want the defenses to have to respect the run, which is looking like we can run the ball a lot better, especially with the offensive line. Oh, that's what I was going on the media talking about the offensive line being the weakest link. And I even heard Terry Bradshaw say he doesn't think the Steelers are going to win the division because their offensive line's so young, which, I mean, is a valid point. We have a young offensive line, but we're starting Zach Frazier at center. And to me, I don't care how young he is. The center position was terrible last year. Mason Cole got blown up on every play. Herbig got blown up on every play. So Zach Frazier is an upgrade, period. I don't care how young he is. He's an upgrade at that center position. Spencer Anderson being hurt. We really need Samalu back, though. I don't know. I forget how long Samalu's hurt for, but we need him back. Like, they played well and we was able to run against the Atlanta defense, but Atlanta's defense is not good. We go up against a team like Cleveland 2 times a year. We go up against a team like Baltimore 2 times a year. It's going to be a lot harder to run the ball, and they're going to be getting a lot more pressure on the quarterback, especially with that young offensive line. But I do believe the offensive line is going to be better, and it's going to get better. In the past 3 years, it is shown to gradually get better throughout the season. So if we got a fully healthy offensive line with Samalu, Dan Moore, Zach Frazier, James Daniels, and Broderick Jones, I feel like, we'll have a great line. And Troy Fatunau is still hurt too, the first-round pick. So imagine when we got a fully healthy offensive line, it's going to look a lot different too, I believe. That punter injury isn't – his best shit is when he breaks down. Well, he can roll out and extend the play, but he's looking to throw the ball when he's rolling out and extending the play. And some are designed play-action bootlegs, which are good. to me. Fields is more of a run-first quarterback. And Russell was just shown throughout his career that he's just a way better passer than Fields. Like I said it in other videos, his worst season, Russell's worst season, is better than Fields' best season. I mean, Russell's thrown 40 touchdowns in a season before. That's more than Ben's ever thrown in a season before. All right. Dude's put up big numbers in this league and got that big contract for a reason. Hell, it's the whole reason Brandon Rodgers is a Seahawks fan, is Russell Wilson. Danger Russ. The only quarterback ever to throw for 40,000 yards and rush for 5,000. Russell is like the ultimate game manager. He has a career 65 completion percentage, opposed to Fields' is like 60% completion percentage. He's just a way better pure passer of the ball. And just the fact that he's been in the league for 13 years, whatever it is, and Fields has only been in the league 10 years, he's just so much further along in his development in terms of breaking down defenses, film, studying film, and just that's what quarterbacks do. They sit in that film room all day long with the coaches and they study defenses. So he's just that's just shit. It just comes with the trade. It comes with the craft. It comes with the journey. And Fields is not far along as in his journey as Russell Wilson. But that's my biggest thing. And I keep going on about it. These are two quarterbacks that are on 1-year deals. Both of them on 1-year deals. So to me, with both of these guys on 1-year deals, and there's going to be we got to worry about negotiating with whichever one it is next year, whichever one we decide to negotiate with. You got to go with the guy that gives you the best chance to win this Sunday against the Denver Broncos. This Sunday, in my opinion, and even an 85% Russ is better than a 100% Justin Fields. Gives the Steelers a better chance to win. A 100% Russ gives the Steelers a better chance to have a way more of a balanced, better offense than Justin Fields, in my opinion. Even with the intangibles Justin Fields brings to the table, which is a major X factor against any defense in the league, because there's not no quarterbacks with the type of speed and talent that he has running the ball, maybe outside of Lamar Jackson. But just being able to pass, threat of the pass, the threat of the deep ball, with Russell Wilson being in there every play, every snap, opens up the entire playbooks and keeps the defense honest and keeps the defense having to guess whether we're going to pass or run. And it's going to bring more balance to the Steelers' offense. And it enables the Steelers to run a more deceptive style of offense. Because with this offense, I feel there's a lot more packages, and they're going to give defenses a lot more looks, and they're going to try to deceive defenses a lot more. There's a lot more creativity in this play calling with Arthur Smith than Matt Canada. Matt Canada was very meat and potatoes, inexperienced, just not good. That's who everybody blames Tomlin for the hire, but that's who Ben wanted after Haley, because basically that's his puppet. That's all. When I was a quarterback's coach, it was Ben's puppet, pretty much. They said, okay, you'll be my OC, a.k.a. I'm the OC, and you're going to do whatever I say. That's why he didn't like Todd Haley. But now we got Arthur Smith. He's had a number one offense in the league. He's been a head coach in this league. The guy's had experience. He's done it. The offense looks different. It really does. People say it don't look different, but it does. There was a lot of design runs in there for Justin Fields. More tight end heavy packages. They're not, and it seems like Arthur Smith is not willing to Jalen Warren barely got any touches in that game. It was mostly they was just feeding the rock to Najee. It seems like Arthur Smith has more of a feature back mentality than a dual back mentality. Jalen Warren didn't touch it much. I've seen it on Twitter a lot too. Jalen Warren needs to get the ball more. Jalen Warren needs to get the ball more. I'd like to see Russ play against the Broncos. That's how I want to see play. I'm calling it. Ball's going to break the record for most field goals in a season, maybe. I think he broke the record for the Steelers in a single season, in a single game. I'm sorry. This year. That was crazy. Dude, he made a 57 and a 56-yard fucking field goal look routine. Routine as routine gets. Dude's the best kicker in the NFL, the most accurate from 50 and beyond, they said. I think he'll be ready to play Sunday. I think he'll be ready to play Sunday. I figured he'd be ready to play on this Sunday. Like, when I watched Tomlin's interview on Thursday, I didn't really see anything from him. He's like, this is no Russ is going to be the starter. This doesn't change our game plan. This doesn't change anything. Da, 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 da. I guess they made the decision that morning. He got checked that morning, and the doctors was like, nah, you ain't going. So I don't think it's nothing major. I think he should be able to play. I think he should play. I think our defense is going to force at least 2 turnovers again. Probably have a lot more sacks because Bo Nix is he's not going to know where to go with the ball. He's not going to know where the pressure is going to come from. Like I said, he's only like 6'1", 6'2", so he's small, so it's hard for him to see over the offensive line. He's going to be rumbling and scrambling and bambling around. Maybe he can make some plays, some miracle plays on a run or something. But that's the only way they're going to beat us, and is if we turn the ball over. But if we don't, then that's why I'd rather go with Russell. Like I've been saying. Like, I can see Fields going in there trying to do too much, trying to run the ball and then getting strip sacked from behind, trying to run it or some shit. Dude's fumbled the ball 39, 40 times in his career, bro. So it's a pattern. It's not just – it's a pattern with him. He even fumbled a snap yesterday and, like, multiple times in the preseason. You were like, that's the center's fault. That's the center's fault. It's both their faults. They both are not. He's not good under center, and that's what Arthur Smith wants is your quarterback to play under center, too. Out of the 12 personnel. Yeah, that one they called like 3 back, like that offsides one. I put the picture. I got a perfect picture of it too. When they snapped the ball and he was still behind the line of scrimmage, that was a strip sack fumble. We got fucked on that one. The George Pickens one, we got fucked on. That pass interference, and there was like another one. I forget what it was. It was like defensive. That was an actual penalty. Like it was defensive, illegal hands to the face or something on defense, and he got a sack, and they called it back. So he should have had at least 3. Well, I'd say at least 2. A strip sack fumble. They stole that strip sack fumble from him. He even said it in the press conference. He's like, oh, it sucks when you study and you study and you study and you get a nugget. So I guess like he's seen something on their defense, according to him, to where he was able to time the snap count perfectly. And he goes, it's not going to hurt me from studying and working hard and to continue to make plays like that. Andrew Filipponi, like, he took what he said in the interview and basically just made it like, oh, he said that penalty was what the ref told him that it was a bad penalty. It was a bad call. I don't know if the ref told him that, but it was a bad call for sure. I'd say the big question is, who's the number 2 receiver going to be still, obviously, because outside of Pickens, we didn't get really much production from any of the other receivers. Some of these young guys are going to have to step up, or some of these veterans like Van Jefferson, Calvin Austin, somebody's going to have to step up. I think Pruitt was a good pickup. He's going to be a great blocking tight end for him. Hayward wasn't getting many reps. That's what I see different in this offense, too. Hayward's not getting the big brother treatment as much as he. I don't even think Hayward should be on the roster, honestly. A lot of people have said that to me on my Facebook page, too. Even me and Real Shit was talking. We was like, bro, I don't think Hayward. The only reason he's on the roster is because his brother plays. That's a waste of a roster spot to me. He's not a tight end. And I definitely would have put Pruitt on the team over him, and he has getting more reps over Connor Hayward. Because in Arthur Smith's offense, you need a guy to block. Connor Hayward's like 6 foot 230, bro. All right. That's not a tight end. All right. That's like a running back or like a fullback. Maybe list him at fullback or like a slot wide receiver. That's not a tight end, bro. It's really not. He's not even a wide receiver. He's not even a fullback in this league. And he shouldn't even be in the league. He shouldn't even be in the league, bro. The only reason he's on this roster and in the league is because of his brother. Pruitt is like 6'2", 250, 260. Freiermuth's like 6'5", 250. Washington's like 6'8", 270. TJ's these were Connor Hayward on TJ, bro. Like imagine, bro. Just imagine if you were like just say the opposing team and you the assignment was Connor Hayward to go out there and block TJ Watt. Like that's crazy. He's not a tight end. He can't block. He's decent at receiving the ball. Okay. That's where he probably has a little bit of a mismatch when a linebacker's covering him or a little bit. He might have a little bit of speed or a little bit of agility on a linebacker. And he might be able to make a few catches here and there out of his ass. But, bro, he can't block. He's going to get dominated at the line of scrimmage. I don't care who he's up against. Defensive end, outside linebacker, even inside linebacker. Even inside linebacker. Dude cannot block. And in this system, when you're having 2 tight ends, 3 tight ends, and you want to ground and pound motherfuckers, you got to have a tight end that can block out there. And he's not it. And Freiermuth is even not the best blocking tight end either, but he's still 6'5", 250. He at least can put body up a little bit with him compared to Connor. Connor's like a little midget cupcake out there compared to TJ. TJ would body him every single time. Herbig would body him every single time. And Najee was good. It's simple, but there's just little different things, little motions, and they actually tried different holes. It's like Canada, I swear, he just ran a halfback dive every time. He'll throw a pitch in there. He'll throw a stretch in there. He'll throw a dive. He'll run it to the right. He'll run it to the left. Just little things like that that's just different, a little bit different. And the fact that we actually have a quarterback, Phil's, so Russell, I really think the offense is going to look a lot different and a lot better, man. A lot better. Oh, the interceptions were nice. And you know what I love about them too is the fact that in their interviews too, like they all credited the defensive line and how it was team is like, I just did my job. I think it was I don't know if it was Elliott or Jackson, one of them. Basically was like, well, I just did my job, man. I just stayed at home. TJ made the play. They got pressure on the quarterback, forced the ball out early, and it came right to me. Boom, I was there, and I did my job. I made my play. And both of them, basically, it was like just being on a defense like this makes it so much easier. Like, it's what it is. Everything, like you got a good run game, it makes it a lot easier for your quarterback. You got a good wide receiver, you got a good passing game, it makes it a lot easier for your running back. Same with the defense. You got a good front seven. It gets pressure on the quarterback. It makes it easier for you to pick the ball off. So honestly, the defense has to be top 5, even the best defense in the league this year. And I think our defense is elite, man. We got the defensive lines deep, the linebacking core is deep, the safety core is deep. Dante, the cornerback was my biggest coming into the preseason. That was my biggest question: is the second, not so much the safeties, but the cornerback room. Outside of Joey Porter Jr., who do we really got? Dante Jackson made a big play. So to me, I was thinking about this before I did the live, actually. I'm glad you brought that up, Runt. Shout out to Runt. You bring Dante Jackson is probably better than shit. Who was second cornerback last? Who's that corner that kept getting smoked last year? He was terrible. His name kept coming up. He was so bad. He kept getting smoked last year. I forget his fucking name. Not Cam Sutton. Cam Sutton wasn't even with us last year. Forget his name, but he got smoked so many times last year. He's not with us this year. So he's definitely better than our number 2 corner last year, Deontay Jackson, honestly, and probably better than Patrick Peterson, honestly. And then by week 8, what is it, week 8, week 10, we get Hilton back. Hilton's one of the best corners in the league, bro. Nickel corners, and that's where he'll go. So you got it. JPJ, Hilton, Jackson, that deep ass line. Dude, the defense is legit, is legit, bro. Legit and deep. And deep. The offense just needs to start coming along. Russell needs to be Russell. Russell just needs to go out there, get us 225 a game, 2 touchdowns, go out there, take what the defense gives him, turn around, hand it to Naj. I think Naj is going to have the best year of his career this year, especially behind that O-line. With Arthur Smith, he's going to be getting the rock a lot this year. We're going to be pounding the hell out of Najee. This is the last year we got his ass. So we're going to be pounding him. And that's what the Steelers do, bro. They put players in a position to where, hey, if you ain't going to come back with us, we're going to at least put you in a position to where you can go elsewhere and you can, you won't ever have to worry about nothing again for the rest of your life. We might not be able to pay you right now, and we're going to move in a different direction. But, hey, thank you for everything we did, and we're giving Najee a big opportunity this year. Najee actually got 20 carries. That was another thing I bitched about all last year is Najee never got 20 carries a game, He actually got 20 carries a game. So I think Arthur Smith is going to religiously try to get Naj 20 touches a game because he's that type of back. He's not a breakaway speed type of back. He's a power back. He's a back that you got to let him get touches and you got to feed him the rock. So I love seeing him get 20 touches. But I do like what the defensive backs were saying, and I feel this team is very humble, the most humble team. Another thing I was thinking about I was gonna make a video or do a post about it, but I didn't. So I guess I'll bring it up now. I see just a humility from this team, from everybody, to where it's all about the team. It's all about the team. It's not about Ben. It's not about Brown. It's not about fucking Le'Veon. It's not about contracts. It's not about none of that shit. It's about the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it's about getting to the playoffs, and it's about winning the Super Bowl. It's not about none of this bullshit no more. Najee going crazy next week. I want to see Cam Hayward go stupid on Bo Nix next week. Hey, it could happen. I mean, Cam Hayward's a beast. So I want to touch on that a little bit too. I was going to make a video about it, but I'm actually getting paid on Facebook. I'm about to be starting to get paid here on YouTube now. I got to get a few more watch hours and shit. But I've been mainly focusing on the Facebook page as of late. So sorry I can't come with videos as much as I used to in lives. But, it is what it is. But what was I going to go on about? Shit, I can't even remember now. The Cam Hayward contract. Yeah, Mark Madden saying that he basically wrote a whole fucking column about the Cam Hayward contract, bashing the Steelers, as always, loving to bash the Steelers. He's like, the title of the fucking column is so bad. He's like, do the Steelers know what they're doing? Do they basically criticizing the contract going on? There's the same lame narrative. It's like a Fox narrative. I swear, all the people at Fox, defense is dead and it's all about offense, blah, blah, blah. And you can't pay defensive players, this and that. Bro. The deal was, there's no way that you can write or spin the deal as a stupid deal because literally Cam Hayward is taking a pay cut this year. So let's just get that out the way. And it's just getting pushed down the road a couple years. That the Steelers can literally cut. The next 2 years, 3 years, they can cut Cam Hayward if they decide to. They can just say, sorry, Cam, we're going to cut you. You're not living up to your grade. And it's cap free. It would not count against the salary cap. And then let's just say Cam, he was injured last year, bro. I mean, he just won Walter Payton Man of the Year. So let's say Cam comes back fully healthy 100% and gives us 8 to 10 sacks like he does every year and dominates in the trenches and is the defensive captain that we know and love, Cam Hayward. Bro, It's a win-win-win situation for the Pittsburgh Steelers and like a lose-lose-lose situation for Cam Hayward. Like it's the most he wants to talk about Mike Tomlin being mediocre. That's the most laziest. Didn't even read the details of the contract before you put out this lazy ass dribble just to hate on the Steelers like you always hate on the Steelers. Bullshit ass column. That's the only way. I might even clip this and upload this and put it in video version too, because that take is so bad and so horribly wrong. It's not even funny, bro. We're paying Cam like $15 million a year for the next this year, next year, that year, and the year after that, and we can cut him whenever we want to cut him and just say, "See you later, bud," and it would be tax free, cost free for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They won that deal. They won that situation. How can you can't spin it any other way? You can't. So if he is washed up like all the Cam haters are saying he's washed up, which who knows? He might be. I still feel Cam's got enough in the tank to live up to. If he gets us 7, 8, 9, 10 sacks and just dominates the trenches like he does, yo, $15 million is a fucking steal for Cam Hayward, bro. Period. I'm gonna keep coming with Facebook. It's hard, man. And then I got other shit I'm dealing with too, to do, fucking keep up with it. But I did want to touch on that shit. Hey, even if he's like 80% Cam, even if coming off that injury and he's getting up there in age, he's 80% Cam. $15 million is not a lot in today's. Ojanobi's getting paid $10 million a year. Okay, Ojanobi, he was hurt all last year. That's how much defensive linemen. Some defensive ends are making 25, 30. TJ's making $30 million a year, so he's getting half of what TJ's getting, bro. And he gives you 10 sacks consistently over like I don't know how many years in the league. No, I didn't even know you're from the TTC. Nah, shit, I ain't scared. He's done doxing me a million times, and I done let him dox me. I don't really care. I don't feel like fighting with people. I don't even pay that. That's just a waste of time and energy too. That goes nowhere. I don't even do that stuff no more. I don't even care about that shit no more. I waste too much time on these drama communities. I'm done wasting my time in these drama communities. Man, I get on X and see nothing but hate. Steelers Tom's going to have. Oh, I haven't been doing X neither. I've been trying to be more active on Twitter. See what I'm saying? Sometimes I try to get active on Twitter. I got a Twitter, I got a Facebook, I got an Instagram, and I got a YouTube. The Facebook's will pay me. I'm a YouTube partner now. I'm not monetized for like video ads yet, but I guess you can be a member of the channel and you can give super chats now. I still got to set it up a little bit. Yeah, Ash Raider. That's a little H, but it's been a long time. A little H. I don't know, bro. I don't really watch them. It's the same old shit over and over again. I don't watch that shit. But yeah, I've been mass doxed. Shit. I'd go to every channel I'd go on, he'd be in there and he'd mass dox my ass. Because I banned him from my Discord. Someone does. No, but I like what the Steelers did. I like their defense. I like the defense. That's what I like the most, the defense in the run game. I just want to see although hopefully the O-line can get healthy and can all be intact. That's the main thing. Because obviously I think that's still a weakness, and we are young on the offensive line. And Terry Bradshaw brought that up. I mean, Terry Bradshaw won 4 Super Bowls, and I mean, being young on the offensive line, especially with some of these defenses in our division, the Ravens and the goddamn Browns. It's going to be tight on them. But hey, Steelers are first in the AFC North right now. It's a long season. That's what I say when we're down, right? Usually the past few years we started off bad and we started off slow. And I'm saying, Steeler fans, it's a long season. It's one game. So shit, Steeler fans, hell, hopefully the Steelers are listening too. It's one game. You better stay humble and you better not let this game get to your head, because that's a cupcake game. That's a game that you should have won. Now this is on to the next game that we should win. And we better not Tomlin special this fucking next game up against rookie ass, no name, nobody, Bo Nix. And they better sack him at least 7 or 8 times and keep him eating fucking dirt all game. And then Russell go out there and look pretty and make Sean Payton look like the overrated scrub that he is. And then we can walk out of there and be like, thank you, Denver, for paying for our new quarterback. We probably could have got Bo Nix, too. No, we couldn't have got Bo Nix. I mean, honestly, if they didn't reach for Bo Nix probably would have been there. Shit, honestly. But they reached for him, man. I can't believe they took Bo Nix that high. Didn't they trade up? I'm pretty sure they traded up. Yeah, I remember Bo Nix at LSU. He went to Oregon and then he started really balling out. But Oregon, like, the Pac-12 ain't got great defenses. So it's easy to throw in a Pac-12 and put up good passing numbers in the Pac-12. Anybody can. I don't think Bo Nix is that good. We should fucking kill them. We should kill the Broncos. There's no excuses to lose this game to Denver. Let's see what the line is right now. Oh, Auburn. Yeah, you're right. He was Auburn, and then he went to Oregon. I knew he was in the SEC, and he sucked it. When he was at Auburn, he sucked at passing the ball. His completion percentage, I remember, it was like 50% or something horrible. Like, he was just a run first. He's like more of a run first quarterback, bro. And I'm telling you, like, he does not have the size or the speed or the athleticism to be able to run and do the things he did in college in the NFL. That he just can't. Like, our defense is going to run him down and throw him around like a rag doll, I feel he's going to be running for his life all game, bro. I feel we're just going to be just Blitzburg, old school team. We're going to fucking crush them. It don't even matter how good our offense is, because we're just going to be forcing turnovers and we just shit. Even if our offense sucks, the defense is going to have us in field goal position all fucking game long with the turnovers and the sacks and shit, bro. Like, that was such a bad pick. Sean Payton should get fired after this year, bro. What is this, like a second year or something, bro? Like, that's terrible. And he pretty much said he had he even was interviewed about Russell Wilson. He's like, I have no qualms about still paying Russell Wilson. So basically he's saying Russell Wilson's so bad that I'd rather pay him to not be on my team. That's what he's saying. That's what he said. So, shit, we're going to find out. I definitely want to see Russell start. He wants to start, too, definitely, more than anything. He's licking at the bit and the chops. He's probably going to start, too. Tom was like, listen, you're not healthy. We'll just let him go out there. Just give him a look, give him a go, and then we're going to let you get your fucking revenge against Denver. Fully healthy and ready to go. Yeah, that's what pisses me off the most. Cal Turd and these Steeler haters saying the defense is dead and the Steelers culture is dead and shit, bro. Fuck. Defense wins championships. I don't give a fuck about the rule changes, bro. When you have a defense dominant like that can force turnovers are game killers and game changers. And you can talk about franchise quarterbacks all you want. You're only going to have 2 or 3 generational talented quarterbacks, all right? Everybody else is going to have that's just how it is, bro. There's no such thing as a franchise quarterback every year, all right? There just ain't, all right? There ain't. How many Super Bowls does Rodgers have? Like 1, 2, 1? Ben only got 2 Super Bowls. Peyton Manning only got 1 Super Bowl. Shit. Trent Dilfer got a Super Bowl. I could think of probably a bunch of game managers that got Super Bowls. Steve Young I don't know why he's even in the Hall of Fame. He was essentially just a game manager. He's in the Hall of Fame. Shit, same with I'll even say Joe Montana was just a game manager. But motherfucker ran the West Coast offense to a fucking T and won 4 Super Bowls. Got the ball to Jerry Rice when he needed to get the ball to Jerry Rice. And they had that good running back, too. I forget his name for San Francisco back in the day. He was a great receiving back out of the backfield. And look at Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant in the West Coast system, he's great. So really, the quarterback is a position that I think is overrated and overpaid. And I think running back is a position that's undervalued and underpaid. Like Daniel Jones getting paid $35 million, overpaid. Kirk Cousins, overpaid. And all these quarterbacks that get these big contracts, Justin Herbert, overpaid. Didn't let Trevor Lawrence, what is he? He made the playoffs finally with Jacksonville, and he just got this major contract now. So Jacksonville's going to start losing talent. And then if Trevor Lawrence goes down, your franchise is fucked, bro. Period. Like if Mahomes goes down, Chiefs are fucked. If Jackson goes down, fucking the goddamn Ravens are fucked. Cleveland, they definitely look like they fucked that deal up, going out there and giving Deshaun Watson all that money and trading all that talent away to Houston. Houston's probably one of the best teams in the league right now. And Baker's balling out in fucking Tampa Bay. And Deshaun Watson sucks, and they just lost to the Dallas. They got embarrassed by the Cowboys. And the Bengals can't even beat the Patriots. So everybody, and that's another thing. Everybody keeps talking about Murderers Row at the end of the season for the Steelers. I've been saying shit. As a Steelers fan, I'm looking at it like shit. We've been putting Lamar Jackson and the Ravens over our knees and spanking the shit out of them the past 5 years. And the Browns and the Bengals are traditionally speaking fucking cupcakes, bro. So we handle business these first 10 games of the season. The Steelers might be sitting on top of the North, bro. Like literally. On top of the North, best team in the league. After week 10, we might be talking about the Steelers are the best team in the fucking league, bro. Because this first half of the schedule is cupcakes, all right? Dallas is looking good, though. We got Dallas. L.A. got to win. We got L.A. coming up after Denver, I think. So I don't think it's going to be a gimme game either. Got to be careful. But I think we can win that game. It's not like they went out there and destroyed the Raiders, and the Raiders are ass. They've been ass since like 2001. So that's like the last time they won a division. So, the way I see shit, Brock Purdy's been balling out, though. So I'm saying. Everybody talks about franchise quarterback. You don't need a quarterback, bro. You need a game manager. If you got a good game manager, takes what the defense gives you, and you got good playmakers, you can win games. And you got a great defense that can force turnovers, you can win games. You got a game manager and a good running game. You essentially can take Patrick Mahomes out of the game completely. You essentially can take Lamar Jackson out of the game completely. You essentially can take Joe Burrow out of the game completely. Football is a team game. So this idea that defense is dead is retarded. All right, it's dumb. And running the ball is dead. It's dumb. Like if you watch college is played so different than the NFL. So different. Honestly, college is going to be better than the NFL now. Now that the way the college is set up and the way it's down to the Power 4 instead of the Power 5 and the playoffs, the way it's set up now, college football is still changing. It's evolving every day before our eyes so fast as you can't even keep up with it. And there's a few like minor contracts still in place, and there's going to be a lot of other teams. Like I see like a West Virginia, like the Big 12 is about to like collapse. The Pac-12 is basically collapsed. Eventually, and then the ACC will collapse, and the Big 12 will collapse, and eventually, like the Big 10 and the SEC are going to be like your only two. And they'll probably have to rename them and everything. The whole landscape of college football is changing so fast. Now with these nil deals and players getting paid, and it's changing so much, and it's for the better. It's going to give a lot of more programs opportunities to at least to compete for a national championship and be in a college football playoffs. And I think that'll make, instead of shitty ass like Fiesta Bowls and toilet paper bowls and it Depends bowls and ibuprofen bowls and just shitty ass mid teams playing in meaningless bowl games, you're actually gonna have like a playoff bracket, and it's going to be more fun and more engaging for the fans and all these different programs and conferences playing each other in the playoffs. So I know they do. That's funny. That's true. That was the one contract that changed. Deshaun Watson became the highest paid quarterback in the fucking league. They dealt him like $50 million, and then I think Mahomes got his deal, or maybe Mahomes might have been the first one before him, and then he got like a crazy $50 million deal, and then Jalen Hurts comes out here and is like, I want $50 million, and then Dak's like, I want $50 million. So that just becomes the market of the quarterback, and it's insane. It's crazy, but I wouldn't pay shit. I'd rather have me a Brock Purdy right now. I'm making $300,000 a year with that elite San Francisco defense and all those weapons than a Jalen Hurts and be Philadelphia, or a Joe Burrow and be Cincinnati, or a Cleveland and have a Deshaun Watson, or a Jacksonville and have Justin whatever the fuck Fields, or no, not Justin Fields. What the hell is his name? Trevor Lawrence. So we got a defense right now, and we got a Hall of Fame quarterback right now, and we got a running back that's ran for 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons. Who's looking shit? If he averages 70 yards a game for the rest of the year, that's 1,000. That's another 1,000-yard season in the books for Najee Harris. That's crazy. I mean, Dak's good. Jimmy Johnson was like, they need to get Dak the talent he needs around him. I'm thinking to myself, bruh, he's had all the talent in the world and chokes in the playoffs. What world you living in? The Cowboys have no excuses. I mean, Cowboys are a good team. They really ain't got no excuses neither. They just signed him, CD. They got the defense. They ain't got no excuse. They got the coach. There's no more excuses for Dallas or Mike McCarthy. This should be this is the year. This is the year. And I think everybody knows I'm one of Tomlin's biggest supporters, but I had to call him out. I made a post on Facebook calling him out about that fucking fourth and one. When we could have went up by 8, and he went for it, and we didn't convert it. That was retarded. And I was like, this is the reason why I said we shouldn't extend Tomlin. This is the reason why I said we should wait until the end of the season if we win a playoff game or not win a playoff game to extend Tomlin on the last year of his contract, because decisions like that, man, that's why he has a ton of critics. Mark Madden being the main one leading the charge and calling Cal turd. But I see it, even if I make posts that aren't even Tomlin related on my Facebook page, I swear there's always one fucking idiot in my chat just fire. Never fails. Even on YouTube videos, bro. Like, they won't even get a lot of views. There'd be like 60 views, but there's the one fucking Fire Tomlin guy comes out to the woodwork to put the Fire Tomlin in the comments. It never fails. So he has a lot of critics and a lot of haters, and decisions like that, bad challenge decisions, bad game management decisions. Like he said in that situation, like I made a video the other day saying he's been inconsistent with like the way he handles the quarterback situation and handles the quarterback room. There's inconsistent. He says one thing and then does another. Same with like going for it on 4th down. Somebody brought this up in my comments, which was good. I agree. I remember me and Real Shit was doing a live stream on Rudy G Funk's channel when we punted the ball. It was like a 4th and 3. We were down, I don't know how many score. I forget the exact score of the game, but it was in a playoff game. We punted it on a 4th down. It was like a 4th and 1, 4th and 2, 4th and 3. He said in the post-game interview, we're not going to live on our fears. We're going to go for it on 4th and down. I basically said in my post, that's not living in your fears. That's, dude, you have the highest paid defense in the world. You have a chance to go up 8 right there. So that, which makes the team have to drive all the way down the field, get 6, and convert a 2-point conversion to tie the game. Instead, you go for it, don't get it, and then you have a chance for them to drive down the field, get a touchdown, and take the lead. That was a horrible decision, in my opinion. I said punt it in that situation against the Browns, and they did. In that situation, I said take the field goal when we went for it. See, I'm consistent. In both situations, I want the same thing to happen. Regardless of the outcome, I say we should have punted in there. Even though we lost that game, I still say we should have punted. A lot of people are bringing up we should. If that's your mindset, if we're not going to live in our fears, why are you not going to go for it on a 4th down in the biggest situation where you're down in a game against Cleveland in a playoff game? You weren't living in your fears then. You were relying on your defense. And in that situation, you essentially put Atlanta out of the game, bro. You put them down a touchdown and a 2-point, 6 and a 2-point conversion. With our defense, the game would have been over and should have been over there. But the defense bailed him out and was able to get the ball back. So I think that was a horrible decision. And I'm a Tomlin defender. But I'm done. Like, I'm gonna start really getting on him. Because like the Steelers do need to win a playoff game. And the haters do have a point. It's been 7 years and we haven't had a playoff win for Tomlin. So when is enough is enough? As regular seasons are good, and yeah, you got to get to the regular season to get there, and yeah, he's ripping off wins at a historic rate, and yeah, I'm one of his biggest defenders. But the contract extension, I don't know. I said he didn't. We got to win a playoff game before you extend him. You don't fire him. He doesn't deserve to be fired, but hey, he don't deserve the extension either, but he got the extension. So what that tells me is his job's safe this year, no matter what happens. But this 3-year window, bro, this next 3 years, we better win a fucking play. We better win a playoff game this fucking year. So if we don't win 8 years and then 9 years and then 10 years, Tomlin train needs to fight. There's the excuses for Tomlin are running dry. All right. There's really no more excuses that can be made for Tomlin no more. So it's time to produce some fucking results. And I think we're in a position right now with the way the schedule's played out. The beginning of the year, we stay healthy. We get games we're supposed to win. Go like 7-3 this first half of the season, and then do what we do against our division opponents. The Steelers are set up to be one of the best teams in the league. But now it's time to put the results on paper. It's time to put the pen to paper, ink to paper. It's time to bring it to reality. It's no more talking about it. It's time to do it. All right. The Steelers are there. There's really no more excuses for Tomlin. You got your defense. You went there and drafted Kenny Pickett. It didn't work. So that decision's really on you and the front office. Everybody taking that pick and not going with it. Now you went out there and you got yourselves a Hall of Fame quarterback in Russell Wilson and a solid elite athlete in Justin Fields to back him up. Yo, you're putting your money to the defense. That's what you're saying wins football games. Now it's time for the results to happen. It's time to go into the playoffs, and it's time to win a fucking playoff game this year. And there's no more excuses, and there's no more like I can't defend. It's going to be the point where I'm going to start going. It's time to drop the axe on Tomlin here, especially if we don't win a playoff game this year. And he's not going to get fired after this year if we don't win a playoff game, and if we miss the playoffs, it's definitely. There's no more excuses, man. So I think we have a good chance to get to the playoffs. Are we going to Tomlin when we get there? That's the question. Are we going to Tomlin this game on Sunday against Denver? Because we can't afford to Tomlin this game this Sunday against Denver. This is a game we got to go out there and make a statement and say, hey, we're Steelers and we're here and we're now and we're not dead. And that's what I think they're going to do. Are they going to do it? Let's see. I believe they're going to do it, and I believe this team believes that they can do it. I believe they're motivated. I believe they're all bought in. I believe they will want to run through a brick wall for Mike Tomlin and these players, and he does motivate him, and he's the reason, reason that we play we play down the competition, but then there's times we play up the competition too. Like when they say we have no chance to beat the Ravens and we beat them 2 times a year. We have no chance to beat the Bengals and we beat them. All Cleveland's better than us, but we're still always better than Cleveland. Cleveland always finds a way to Cleveland, and Pittsburgh always finds a way to Pittsburgh. But now it's time to Pittsburgh in the playoffs. So that pretty much does it for the Yins Power Hour. Make sure you hit the like. Make sure you hit the subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all that shit. Follow along there. All with the same handle at Yins Nation Sport. So I'm going to end it.